What is the Dangerous Drugs Law all about? The Dangerous Drugs Law is about safeguarding the wellness of being of the citizens of our country, especially from drug abuse. It also tells us about the effective measures that are provided to us by our government through treatment or rehabilitation. An example of a penalty that the government can give you when you either import drugs, dispense, manufacture, or even when you are in possession of drugs or equipment used is that you can be imprisoned for life and can even have a penalty ranging from 500,000 pesos to 10 million pesos. An example of drugs that can be confiscated by the government are opium, cannabis, heroin, shabu, morphine, and a lot more. As pharmacists, we can also be subjected to the crime of unnecessary dispensing of dangerous drugs, which can lead us to the same situations as those who are caught using it. People who plant evidences to frame people, once caught, can also receive a sentencing from the government.
There are programs who can help drug dependent people. Rehabilitation is one of the treatment given to this kind of people. Community service is another program that can help people addicted to drugs. Once people find time to do something and they enjoy it, they tend to forget the drugs and focus on their hobbies on their spare time. Our country has what we call a Dangerous Drugs Board, and they are responsible for the policies and strategic formulation of programs on drug prevention and control.
Drug tests are usually done to learn if the person is using drugs. There are licenses or permits that requires drug testing for approval. Some are driver's license, firearms license, or even students, which we had first-hand experience when taking our lab results for our entry into the university. There is also an equivalent penalty to those who would fake their drug test results, either 6 to 12 years in jail or a fine ranging from 100,000 pesos to 500,000 pesos. Once we become pharmacists and when we are dealing with dangerous drugs, we are required to keep records of sales, purchases, and deliveries of these dangerous drugs. Dangerous drugs that are asked from us must be from a licensed physician, and we must secure a yellow copy of the request. Otherwise, there is an equivalent preventive measure that will be sued on us. Common signs of drug abuse and addiction are neglecting of responsibilities, loss of control over drug use, change in behavior, and lack of motivation. Some physical signs of drug abuse are tremors, slurred speech, red eyes, and a lot more. If you know someone who might be a drug user or abuser, then tell them that support can come from family, close friends, therapists, or other recovering addicts. Recovering from a drug addiction is difficult. It is a huge problem that can affect your daily life. Make sure that you keep yourself healthy mentally, physically, spiritually, socially, and environmentally. This is one reason why the Dangerous Drugs Law is implemented in our country.
Pros of dangerous drugs. The drugs in the Philippines are being regulated under this law, especially those that are potent and addictive. Also, drugs here are registered and not be easily obtained by anyone without proper requirements. Cons of dangerous drugs. This law is not strongly implemented because we have backdoors when it comes to illegal drugs. Also, users are the one being put to jail instead of the pushers.